great. And I see Quentin has just started their first game.
Oh, sweet.
Um, all right, so I'm following all the players.
Okay. I'm gonna start following them as well. So I had to mute Twitch.
It's all good. Are you streaming your channel or not anymore?
I decided just to um kind of let you do it
Cool.
because I don't really see a reason to like try and like divide viewers at all. Not like anyone would actually join like on my channel.
Oh, I don't think it's dividing viewers because it's basically your viewers plus my viewers combined. That's the way I see it.
Oh, well, I don't have viewers. That's the thing.
It's okay. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
All right. So I'm looking at Quasar versus Quentin.
Whoa, what the pawn on in G5?
Yeah, so
Hanging pawn
they're
on G5.
and yeah, Quentin takes it. So just to go over this opening, an early knight e4, an h4, knight takes, pawn takes, and Quasar gives up the pawn, but in return they get the knight f3 development with tempo. They also have an open h file, so they're anticipating black's gonna castle kingside, I suspect.
And with that C pawn already pushed forward, I think that castling kingside is in definitely a prospective move for black.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about Queen F4?
So queen f4, just saving the queen obviously from the knight, but what I notice is that white's missing a dark square bishop, so that leaves b2 kind of weak. So the queen could have come back to like f6, but that allows e5 with tempo. So queen really is trying to find a spot where she's not going to get hit by another one of white's pieces. And white obviously could play g3, but that could weaken f3. So the queen would have to go somewhere though. Like after g3, the queen would probably go back to f6, and then maybe you would see that e5 move. So I don't know. That's an interesting spot.
Yeah, I always find these moves with the queen where you put it really deep into the enemy camp, but then like the enemy just can't really kick her away, and then it ends up being a good spot there. It ends up being kind of well placed.
Yeah, but on f4 actually it was really interesting. The computer did like g3 a lot, and now white plays this really weird rook h2 move, which
What?
yeah, I don't really understand it. Now the rook moves a second time now to h4, hitting the queen.
Mouse slip?
Perhaps. It's an awkward mouse slip though, and the queen does go back to f6, and now e5 doesn't hit as hard because black has been able to play d6.
Yeah, D6 strengthens the E5 square and really just prevents white from moving his pieces there, prevents him from pushing the pawn there. The queen is very safe on F6. And,
Yeah, if
and now
if
if that, sorry.
if white played d6, that would be really annoying. Um, but yeah, okay. Bishop comes out, and now queen g6 is a dual threat on
Yeah,
both
queen
g2.
G6. Queen G6, we might see rook H2 again, just repeating. Like, kind of the move.
That would save both rook and pawn, so that actually makes a lot of sense. So what once was a questionable move now is a good move. Okay, rook comes all the way
Oh,
back to h1. So if queen
and
takes g2, there's rook g1.
yeah, and then the queen would move, and then the G pawn might be falling.
Yeah, so black doesn't even go for it. They're just continuing development
Do you think either player is going to castle this game?
for sure. I think black will be very soon to castle, and white has moved both h and a pawns, which is interesting to say the least. So I don't know. Yeah, and now black has the open f file, so the rook coming to f8 is even more incentivized, especially after like maybe queen takes g2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it looks like we might see a kingside castle from Quentin, and then, I mean, I don't know how Quasar, sorry, what's his name?
William.
I don't know how William is gonna get his king out of the center. Maybe king f1 or something. We might see Quentin opening up the center really soon after castling.
Do you want to look at another game, maybe like Naharuka's game, or not Naharuka? No, sorry. I actually knew someone named Naharuka, so every time I see Veronica's username, Nikariga, I think of that. But
Yeah. Whoa,
anyways,
knight takes e4. Oh wait, no, never mind. Because then knight takes.
yeah. So Veronica's just going with c4, just trying to break down. White has a very long pawn chain, and yeah, Jay Liu. He
And
is
that is a
the.
very strong knight.
It's also a very strong fourth board in Division Two. So he is the fourth board for MIT's B team, and Veronica is USC's top board on their A team, and he is actually higher rated than she is. So
Wow.
yeah, and now f6 is gonna hit hard once this bishop moves. So maybe black needs to play f6. So now bishop comes in with check. F6 I think is kind of forced here. Yeah, so now you're defending mate with the queen. Hey, White Noise, good to see you. So yeah, I didn't know if you were like watching the end of the last stream, but U Chicago has heavy interest in this match, I believe, as if USC wins, USC will go on to face Mizzou, and U Chicago will not play Mizzou. So if USC loses, then MIT will play UCLA, and therefore U Chicago will have to play Mizzou. So I think U Chicago doesn't want to play Mizzou, and so they probably want USC to win.
Well, to that I say, U Chicago, glad to have you guys on board.
Yeah, but then USC will have to play Mizzou, and I don't know if you've seen their team, but
is it all Grandmasters?
their A team I think is all Grandmasters and one International Master. Their B team, I'm not sure.
Ooh. Well, wait, let's take a look at the move Bishop B7. Like, is Queen C1 check a threat?
Wait, Bishop B7 is what a check?
Yeah, well, it like after moving that bishop, would Queen C1 check have been a threat? We're looking at Veronica's game.
I mean, yeah, it's a threat, but then the rook could come back to A1, which happens anyways. So the back rank is covered. And now the bishop comes back, probably trying to reroute to B3 with the pen. So black can either move the king or the rook.
Probably the king, but that's kind of terrifying.
Well, I would, yeah, you don't really want to move the rook, I think, because after that check, you'll have to move the king anyways. I guess it doesn't matter here, right? You move the king first, bishop comes, you move the rook anyways. But yeah, the rook is very important to defend g7. So it's not like if you move the rook first, you could block with the bishop because then you get mated on g7. So it's very annoying that there's no bishop f7 move for black. So this bishop now is just a beast. In fact, can really coordinate really well with the pawn structure on white pawns.
Yeah, I guess the bishop on e8 kind of has a function. It defends the h5 square because now, I mean, the knight was under attack. He has to give it up somehow.
Wow.
Oh, but
Okay,
now it's
so
a mate.
white just sacrifices. I don't know if it's mate. Ooh, it's close though. So yeah, white gives up the knight, and now.
Wait, see. Oh, all the pawns. Oh man.
Well, you can block on e7 with the rook defending.
Oh, true. But now that f pawn might come alive at some
Okay, the rook's
point.
coming in. So.
Wow, that is nasty.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's a good move, I think.
Maybe the queen should have tried to get to the c file to try to get behind checks on the back rank.
So you think like queen c7?
Yeah, queen c7 was an idea, but then maybe like they were afraid of rook e6, so
Yeah.
bishop d7 stops rook e6.
Well, queen c7 is happening now, so I guess we'll see how that works out.
Well, queen c7, the problem is there's like rook a8, and then you have to block with the bishop, I guess, and then
And what?
there's I don't know. Maybe bishop c6 actually would have been super annoying, because that just blocks the c file. So now there's rook block, queen f6 check. This might be some sort of draw. White's gonna want more though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, whoa!
So
Looking at Quentin, sorry, I just had to notice the time on Quentin's game.
yeah,
What's his name?
Will.
Um, William has 5 seconds left in a completely losing endgame.
Yeah,
So
so
that might be
Quentin should win this.
so it might be a first point for USC.
Yeah, and Sam though also has like no time.
Yeah, against Grandmaster 2013.
Yeah, and
Bro,
he's losing the H pawn now.
yeah. When I was making the scoreboard for a stream, I actually saw that username, and I was like, that can't be right. So I ended up
Grandmats.
going on chess.com, look up Grandmaster 2013. Oh, nope.
Ooh, so Veronica found this bishop c6 idea. So after queen to f6 check, black's only try at a draw would be to block with the queen on e7. And now the threat is queen f8 with mate after rook e8, because now the bishop is guarding the e8 square. So
Wow. And Veronica gives up the queen.
yeah, she kind of had to, I think. And now queen d6 check, block with rook check,
Yeah.
you're winning c8. So this is not a good start for USC, going down to the fourth board.
Yeah. Hey, what's the rating disparity between, like, I don't know, MIT B's fourth board and third board and second board? Like, are they all kind of around the 2000 area?
Here, let me start giving the points. So Quentin won his game. I'm looking at Sam's game. So Quentin with the 1. Jeffrey with the 1. Alright, so let's look. Grandmaster is their top board, who's apparently 1958.
Wait, how does that even work?
So it's supposed to be based off relative. Okay, so Grandmaster's going to be promoting with check.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam throws in the towel. Okay, so there's one game left. So Grandmaster gets a point. Basically, you want to put the boards in order of like their actual strength. So some players are I don't want to say provisional because they're not, but their chess.com ratings might not actually reflect their true strength. So it's possible that Grandmaster is like a stronger player but has a lower rating than their teammates. So like 2016, this is Alex, this is their board 2. He is 2146. So it's also possible that like the time that the divisions were made, that the players' ratings have changed throughout the season. So
Mm-hmm. Now, just
okay, I
taking a
like
look at.
b4 idea. Trying to get rook to d7, which would be mate.
Mm-hmm. I feel like f4 needs to be played at some point too. Just either trade off a pawn or create weaknesses, because like white needs to start capturing these pawns if he wants to pull ahead and get some sort of winning endgame.
Yeah, so white is up a piece for 3 pawns, but those 3 pawns can be very useful in the endgame. And now I don't think you can stop or save f2.
Yeah, and that pawn chain is nasty. Like these may be 3 pawns for a piece, but oh,
Oh,
that's a hung
and
rook.
yeah, no, hung rook and hung knight as well. and there goes the
Oh
bishop.
no.
So yeah, Far Octopus in the time trouble can't handle the chopper. Yeah, just rook takes knight, simplify
Oh,
down.
that's yeah.
You
You
won't
can't win a
play.
five. You can't win a 5-1 pawn endgame.
Okay, so MIT taking a 3-1 lead out of round one. And round two now underway with Quinton playing against Jeffrey. So both these players about 2,000 rated. It's similar to how like Quinton is actually higher rated than Veronica, but I think yeah, MIT B like their lowest rated player is 2,057. Well, actually Quasar is 1903, but he's not even their board 4. But
In Quentin's game, there's a funny gambit here with castles. You can actually give up the d4 pawn, and what is it? You can give up the d4 pawn, and then after pawn captures, knight captures, knight captures. No, sorry, pawn captures, knight captures, knight captures, queen captures. You can play knight d2 to f3, and then uh, just kind of give up a pawn, defend your bishop, and then you can chase the queen around for the rest of the game and get a really good lead development and activity.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually don't like these positions for white. Typically I lose a pawn, I feel. Was this a Carl Khan? No, this is a French closed. Yeah.
Yep. This is a Tarrasch, so it's like normal French defense, but it allows white to play c3, so it's kind of seen as a bit more solid.
Yeah, so typically like the d4 pawn is just super weak.
Huh.
And yeah, typically I feel like the knight that's on f6 uh like a lot of times it'll go to e7 to f5, putting even more pressure on the d4 pawn. But Jeffrey has not played that in this variation. Yeah, Chess Jawa. This is Jaden again.
Hi, Chess Jawa.
So Chess Jawa just did commentary with the U Chicago B team versus Carnegie Mellon. And I think he's eating dinner now with his family.
Yeah, I heard. You have a very soothing voice, Chess Jawa. Skilled commentator.
Okay, so Bishop
Yeah, what?
f4. I think black can take, knight takes, and then there's queen maybe takes on b2.
Hmm. Let's take a look at Veronica versus William for a second. Wow. I
Oh,
think it might be unstoppable checkmate.
Veronica's up a rook and a knight, but is like getting mated.
Yeah, on move 11, we have this early knight g4 setting what I think is called a fishing bull trap. If that knight is captured, then you have where are you? Yeah, if that knight is captured, you open up the h file for the rook. You'll
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice the bishop, and then the queen's going to come to h4. Oh
Oh,
my god,
that's
he
beautiful.
sacrificed a rook. Wow.
Yeah, no, it's really pretty.
The tactics being shown by William.
Um, Why noise? We'll pull you in when we get Twitch front page for the finals, Mizzou versus UCLA or something. Yeah, what a nice game. This is a miniature from William here against USC's top board. So that was unfortunate for Veronica, but now after you've seen it, hopefully she'll learn from it and won't fall for it a second time. So that was
Hmm.
really tough. Veronica going down to both MIT's fourth and third boards. Oh, that is unfortunate. So, but that was
Yeah.
a really textbook example of a fishing pole tactic. So that was really cool to see, especially if you're an MIT fan. But unfortunately for USC fans and perhaps even U Chicago fans, they're not too pleased with that game.
No, I am not pleased with that game as the USC fan. I'm sorry. Oh, tactics coming out from Jay Liu. Rook takes f4. Quentin probably has to move the bishop to c2 or d3. Oh, c2 for sure. Wonder what he's thinking about.
Yeah, probably wondering like, can I go to D3? Because if black gets greedy and tries to take on D4, there's bishop takes H7 at the end of that. Um, that is one idea.
White noise 0000 says also fun for people who cheer against USC.
That's
I
true.
am unaware of anybody like that. Can't imagine why anyone
Well,
would do that.
USC is known to have this rival from UCLA.
Yeah,
Perhaps
but I'm sure. Just see, common enemy here. We're both in the Bay. They're across the country.
there's also fans of MIT B,
Oh, sorry guys.
and perhaps no, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so I like this idea. I was just already looking at perhaps a rook sacrifice on f3, and it is just an exchange that you're giving up, but oh, bishop takes h7 now, followed by queen g5 or knight g5, fork down.
Oh, that is a massive threat.
Yeah, so black can't take back. So if Quentin sees it, they should seize it. All right. Anyways,
But then let's think. So bishop takes
I
f.
missed
Oh,
it.
and he misses it.
I think knight
Bishop
takes
takes h7.
or rook takes knight. Maybe not. Yeah,
And then
Jade
what?
Murphy. I think, or I should call you Daniel. I guess it doesn't matter. Jaden's a freshman, right? Should probably just ask you. You're a freshman.
Yeah, I'm a freshman.
Yeah. So Daniel is saying that there's much that you still need to learn.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm just saying that right now UCLA fans can cheer against MIT, can cheer for USC against MIT if they want to. See, it's an open, it's a safe space for them to do that.
I think Daniel might be shocked that you're in a call right now with a former UCLA. Ooh, I like black's position now.
Wow,
They have Aliekin's
yeah,
gun on the f file and the bishop now, prying this f1 rook away from the defensive f2. So
yeah. And after bishop d3, bishop takes d3, queen takes d3, that queen is no longer defending f2 anyway.
yeah, so black's just gonna crash through. I think their only chance was perhaps something like g3 attacking black's rook, but still not ideal.
Yeah,
So
some,
we'll
a
probably
mate and something threatened.
you need to bring the other rook back to like e1. So rook from e to e1 looks like a pretty logical choice.
Wow, how does white defend this after?
Well, you
Well,
can
I guess
either
it.
you can also move the f rook away. Oh, this is just mate.
Oh no.
Yeah, so Quentin missed that one and resigns. So Jeffrey, strong start, 2 for 2, taking down both USC's top two boards. Let's look at William versus Sam.
All right. Wow, Sam is up on time. I just want to point that out.
It's not too much
It
time.
doesn't. Yeah,
It's
doesn't
still
usually happen.
pretty early. So, wait, what's your rating, Jaden?
Uh, why do you ask?
I'm just curious.
I think USCF after Pan Am's rated me at 1480.
I meant chess.com Blitz.
I think like 1540 right now.
Ah, okay. So you're not too far off from Sam's rating.
No, but I'll have you. He beats me every time.
Every time?
Most times.
Most times.
Actually,
Okay.
fun thing. He had no idea what to do against the England Gambit for the longest time. So
Mm,
every time we'd have an arena, I just played against him and it would work. And it got to the point where I was afraid that he might run into it in the CCL or something. So I did a kind of an impromptu mini lecture to the chess club, how to refute the England Gambit.
very nice.
Yeah, fun story.
And where did you become an England Gambit expert?
I saw, man, I don't even remember. I think I used it against my friend when I first started out chess. I was playing on Game Vision. I think I used it. It didn't work, but I just kept using it for some reason. Can't even remember where I first saw it. It may have been on the chess website video. You ever heard of that YouTube channel?
Chess website, of course, dude. Kevin,
Mm-hmm.
how could I forget? Hey
Sorry,
everyone, this is
is
Kevin
that
from the chess website.
that's
Today
so
we'll be going
iconic.
over the England Gambit. Yeah, Kimstad, this is Jag 250. So, Kimstad, I really missed out on Yale versus Stanford this morning, which is very unfortunate. It was actually a really good match, 8.5 to 7.5. But I received word that I believe Yale's C team is planning on rescheduling their match against Caltech's B team. So I believe you will be playing after all, which is a good thing, I think. So we'll have to see when that happens. But yeah, in the meantime, we have USC struggling against MIT here in Division Two. So
Yeah, but a comeback is still possible. It,
you know, if if USC loses to MIT B, I believe MIT B will move on to play against USC's A team. So uh, you'll probably be rooting for MIT B that like in that match. So maybe not rooting for them now, but potentially rooting for them in a week from now. You know, it's quick. It's crazy how quickly things change.
yeah, you know what? I'm gonna leave that to the future, and I think that I'm just gonna be rooting for USC as long as I can.
Okay.
But as a commentator, of course, I'm unbiased, so you heard nothing.
I I don't know, man. I think you might be biased, as you just said that you'll be cheering for USC A
Unthinkable.
for as long
I would
as
never say such a thing.
well, we have it on camera. You were caught in
Oh
4K.
no.
Yeah. No. Okay. Anyways,
Yeah, why don't we
I
evaluate the chess position?
I think it's okay for certain commentators to be biased. It depends, obviously, but okay. Anyways, I'm watching Sam again versus Will. Knight d4 was just played as a solid move, just defending f3 with the knight and the queen. Um,
Yeah, I wonder how each player makes progress here. Maybe Sam could do something along the F file. I mean, those light squares in the center probably can be Sam's if he wants them to be, thanks to that pawn on D5.
I feel like
Hmm.
bishop g4 is a solid idea. Yeah, and he played it. So the idea is just you're pinning the knight to the queen, and there's no longer an h pawn to kick the bishop out from g4, so it's a very strong square. And yeah, eventually black might even consider a move like c5, just try to dislodge the knight on d4, which is a key defender. And white will always have bishop e2, so it's not anything crazy with the pen. And yeah,
Hmm.
white just plays it immediately already.
But but I like this C5 idea you mentioned. Black does have the bishop pair, and opening up the center would favor what black just because of that.
Yeah, one major drawback though is you help open the b file for white, and you also lose your c pawn, which is defending your king. So there are some pretty solid drawbacks behind c5. It is an option though.
Hmm.
So yeah, I think black instead probably has better plans, like get the rooks involved. Um, but maybe you don't want to drop the h pawn, so it's interesting.
I mean, if you don't want to drop the H pawn, just H5. Whereas, I mean, it's not like you're going to kick out the
Yeah,
G4
h
bishop.
pawn, h5 also, but it is a little slow.
It, yeah, you're right. It is slow.
Okay, so the knight's coming in now. Probably you don't want to do bishop takes because then you open up the d file with the rook opposite your queen. But
Hmm.
the knight on c4 isn't technically threatening anything. There is an idea of taking on e3, and the bishop can come into g3 with check, and that knight is then probably gonna be pinned, assuming the king goes to like f1. But who knows? There's also like knight b2 hitting the queen, but that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, that's just like a one move attack.
Yeah, so okay, queen comes up.
Defending E3.
perhaps. Yale did not beat Stanford, Kim said. It was 8.5 to 7.5 loss to Stanford. Super close. I wish I streamed it because that must have been a really good match. Two really strong teams.
Yeah. Chemstud, do you stream Yale games?
Kim Stud is a streamer, so you guys should follow Kim Stud 24 if you don't already. Anyways, yeah. Black is just slightly better here because white is just uncastled and you know what's interesting about the queen lift is that the knight on d4 is actually pinned to the rook. Sam has no time. He's got 15 seconds.
Yeah, man. How does he make progress here?
Yeah,
It's such a complicated position.
Sam heard you say that he was ahead on the clock for once, and he decided to slow down.
Oh no, Sam.
So white
That's
castles.
Yeah, just c6.
C6.
Block. I mean, but now b5 might be an idea from white.
Okay, so it looks like they're trying to win a pawn, and they do. No. Imagine if the rook was still in the d file. Queen to a1 for black would be devastating. And white doesn't even move the knight. You just maintain the knight, and then bishop comes back to c7. King goes over. 2 seconds for Sam.
Come on, Sam, you got this. I mean, yeah, 2 seconds left for Sam, and a better time situation for William.
Yeah, Will also is up a pawn and is trading down, which is really smart.
Yep, so now we're going to see a little bit of a closed endgame where William's well-centralized knight on e6 is going to be able to kind of do a whole lot of things at once.
I like that c pawn move because now you're going for c5, trying to force the bishop off the board, but Sam kicks the knight back. He hangs the h pawn, which could have been a big advantage to have with the rook on the h file because that was a passed pawn. Unfortunately, no more.
Yeah, maybe he can get some activity with...
Bishop takes, rook takes, and white should just be able to convert this. Play like rook g6. Yeah.
Yep.
Rook takes, and then rook takes on f2. So
well,
black can try to hold this to a draw. Yeah, rook g7. Eventually, like, you want to play like a5 probably. Ooh, you did not want to give rook check because now the king has been freed from the back rank.
Yeah.
But so you're now dropping the a pawn, so it's even pawn. Still just really low on the clock for both sides.
I don't think we're gonna have. I don't think we can expect the most kind of accurate endgame. Just because of that.
So white's
but the increment does help.
Ooh, white moves. I don't know where the rook is going. You just want to play e6. I mean, obviously you don't want to drop b4 with check. So, okay, not even going after the rook. It's very weird. Or after the pawn. Yeah, I don't know what this technique is, but ooh, rook takes pawn would come with a big threat. You win the rook at the end. So, okay, white finally gets the rook behind the pawn, and now this is very difficult. So, oh my god, there was rook takes b4 check there that was missed, and now the king comes into e5.
So rook takes b4 check would have been almost winning.
It would have been winning. It would have been winning.
Wow. Okay, now we're gonna see.
Oh, but now he gets the e pawn. So both sides making mistakes here. So now Sam's the only side that could... Well, not the only side they could win. Grandmaster beat Morgan. So another point for MIT's top board. Uh-oh. No, there goes the B pawn.
Yeah,
you could play...
Will we see? Yep.
You can't really play a5.
I think this is still drawn.
Just move the rook. Oh my god, 1 second. Maybe go for a5. Rook a1. 2 seconds, 4 seconds.
Just do all the checks. It's not good, but it gets you time on the clock.
A1. Yep, you gotta save your a pawn, and now you're preparing for a5. You could play a5. Yep, played. This is just a draw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, pinning. You could have maybe. Okay, check is good, and now you can. Oh, okay, it didn't
Yeah,
matter.
no, king takes.
Well, there was rook check and then rook takes pawn, but then you do lose the a pawn. But rook could have taken. Oh, rook to d5 wins the pawn.
Oh,
So
no way.
I mean, I don't know if it's winning, but black is favored here.
All right.
So just don't flag. 3 rook
Ooh,
check.
attempting the rook trade. Looks like we're probably gonna get like rook b8 or rook. Yeah,
b8, king back, and now you have c5.
but now
That
I
or
like
you
the.
want to go rook d5. Rook d5 was probably a little bit more accurate. You cut the king off.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. So now the king's back to the back rank.
Yeah, but I
And
like Sam's
now
pro.
king c6.
Well,
Oh, he flagged.
no.
That was brutal. Yeah, so if you go back, basically when you're up a pawn, you want to cut the king off from the pawn. So rook d5 followed by like rook d8 or something, and then try to push the pawn through would have been a really good try for black. So
Yeah, but even after that, I still think that Sam may have had some sort of chance to get the rook behind that passed pawn or behind that pawn at some point.
yeah, but like he pushes and now the king comes to d5, and now it's very difficult to hold on to the c pawn and activate your rook, right? So everything that black has is kind of stuck. And so he
Oh,
has to
true,
move the
because
king, and now that's why he gets to the back rank, and it's very difficult to plan from here because king c6 is going to threaten checkmate, and or any rook check will lose your c pawn, right?
hmm
Anyways,
yeah, well, coming off of a tough timeout, looks like we have another. Look like Sam has entered his round 3, I think,
yeah,
playing
so
his Caro Khan.
we've gotten through half the match, and MIT only needs 1.5 points to clinch the win. So USC is gonna have to win the next 2 rounds by a score of 7.5 to a half for a win, which is gonna be not impossible.
Yeah,
In
it's
fact,
scary.
they could even sweep 8-zip in the next second half.
Hey, it's a tough job, but if anyone can do it, it's the USCA.
We might have to agree to disagree on that one.
Fair enough.
um,
Looks like Sam might be pushing c5 soon, after castling and all the other developing stuff happens.
all right, so Sam, unfortunately, unable to get any points in the first half, but he could get an upset win here. Who knows? This is MIT's second board at 2146, so pretty strong compared to Sam's rating, and just in general.
Yeah, Alex Liu definitely the favorite in terms of rating, but I mean, hey, last week we saw Veronica own a national master in the end game, so you never know what could happen.
I must have forgotten. Who did she play against? Dare.
Derek
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, she went flawless last round. She played against Florida's team. Yeah, and that was a crucial performance from her to clinch the 9-7 win. So this week, unfortunately, she is 0 for 2. So
Yeah, well, and she has not started round 3 yet, so
not yet. But yeah, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And this might be USC's finale here. Yeah, another game we
well,
could look
you know
at
what?
is Quentin versus Grandmaster.
Ooh, very symmetrical. What is this? Alapin Sicilian?
Ooh,
Yeah,
this is my favorite opening against the Sicilian with the white pieces.
really. Tell me about what's happening and the plans for both sides.
Okay, so black just brought out his queen, attacking b2, and it's kind of awkward to defend with like queen c2 or rook to b1 because the bishop on f5. So you probably have to play queen to b3. And black at some point is probably going to capture on d4. And both sides might have an isolated d pawn. So um, if queen takes on b3, you'll probably have knight takes back b3. Because if you take with a pawn after black takes on d4, white will be left with an awkward b pawn island. So black probably doesn't want to trade queens, I don't think.
Yeah. I don't think that either player wants to trade queens. So that reminds me of this move from I don't know, some London system study I saw a long time ago. C4, pawn to C4 here. Because then, I mean, the queen can't really go back to C2, so the queen will go to an awkward square on A3. It'll just go back to D1 and you'll lose the
Well,
pawn.
I think c4, white would be fine with trading queens there, taking on b6. And eventually white will play b3 and break down that pawn chain. So what really sticks out to me in this position is the bishop on f5 is really good for black. And so typically when you have the pawn structure on c3 and d4, these pawns on dark squares, you'll have your bishop on this diagonal. You typically develop to d3. And Quentin has decided to go bishop to e2, which is a lot more passive and allows black to get this very active bishop on f5. So black does trade queens and probably will say knight takes b3.
And that also prepares for a possible bishop d3 to trade off that strong light squared bishop if Quentin wants to. But we might
Yeah,
see a c4
so
here.
you do have to watch out for bishop d3 because after bishop takes d3, rook takes d3, there is that c4 idea. But right now, white is threatening to just simply take on c5. So
and there is c4.
Yeah, c4 happens, and now the knight will have to find a new home, and probably look for a b3 move, and black might simply just respond with b5, and if a4, a6, and black is holding on to everything there.
Yeah,
So
I actually was thinking about knight c5 there for Quentin, because even if bishop captures, pawn captures, then black has a glaring weakness on d5.
d5, but it is defended by the knight.
That's true.
And even if d5 is a weakness, c5 would also be a weakness.
Okay, fair point.
Okay, so knight comes into e4, and white could trade knights. And then play like knight e5.
I think that black's knight is better, so I don't see why not.
Yeah, black's knight is in white's half of the board, so it is kind of annoying. And Veronica still hasn't started her game, so I'm not sure if Veronica's missing or if I believe she should be playing against Grandmaster. No, not Grandmaster. Oh, you know what's interesting?
What's up?
Chopper is playing Sam, which they should have played in the second round. So
Well,
I think
as long as
Veronica
everyone
is
plays
waiting.
everyone, I mean,
It's true, but the order is more convenient. Because I guess Veronica is waiting to play Chopper, but I don't know why Chopper is playing Sam when that should have happened in the second round. So actually, what happened in the second round?
I mean, I'll text and ask. I'm not sure.
So Sam is actually up like a rook for a pawn, but he's getting skewered.
Yeah, he's losing the exchange, but that'll still.
Oh, and the bishop is on f1.
Yeah.
That's hanging. So definitely bishop takes rook here.
Yeah, bishop takes, rook takes, knight takes, or rook takes or something.
This is a very peculiar position.
Oh. Yeah, how did this come up? So this is the Caro Khan. Did he ever push c5 like I thought he would? Oh, we have a very, very aggressive h-pawn moves in the early game. He did push c5 at some point to take back the center. But then he dropped a pawn on a7, and then his queen side is kind of messed up. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got a skewer, and then white had a counter skewer. And now, for whatever reason, Chopper spent some time there taking on d8. Black finally recaptures, and now probably f1 will fall. Either rook takes or knight takes. So going with knight takes, because if rook takes, then there'd be queen takes a4. So now this might allow the rook to come in. Look at the bishop comes in with tempo.
That's a very nice bishop right now. On the same diagonals, both the queen and the king. That's a twofer.
Yeah, and luckily there's that f pawn in between the king and queen, so it's not like a pin or anything. But that pawn on f2 will be pinned, but the knight is guarding g3, so can't really take too much advantage of that. So yeah, white's pretty safe and up a pawn.
Yeah.
And that bishop looking pretty good, but eventually he's gonna get kicked by b4. But Sam's got a time advantage here. Not to jinx him or anything.
Yeah, wait, we talked about this last time.
Yeah. Okay, so queen steps up.
I don't know. Queen h4. That looks okay.
Queen h4
oh, wait, no, that
loses your bishop.
That loses a bishop. Never mind.
So the queen's tied down to c5. The bishop is hitting b7. And well, if you play b6, then b4 probably hits the bishop, which is somewhat annoying. There's also bishop b6, yeah, and he goes for it. And the idea is to maybe go queen to f4. So maybe the white queen will go back to e3 to keep an eye on f4. It's also possible that after bishop or queen e3, there's bishop f4 hitting the queen again.
Yeah, after queen e3 or queen e2, wow.
Okay, so the queen comes to e2, and now black's just going for checkmate, but the knight is actually covering h2.
Yeah, that is a very good defensive piece.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see just queen g5. I don't really think there's anything here yet.
Yeah, the queen doesn't have any moves actually on the 4th rank, which is really interesting. So either you go to h3 or g5. And Sam is thinking here, so the time advantage is slipping.
Welp.
Has to decide.
Yeah.
Decides on g5.
Queen g5. I don't think that h pawn's going to be falling anytime soon. So.
Yeah, there goes the a pawn, which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, white has had this kind of static advantage that he hasn't really been touching yet, of 3 versus 1 on the queen side of pawns. And I think he's about to start making things happen there.
Yeah, they're going to start rolling. And maybe the knight wants to come to f4, hitting the queen. And looking at h3 check.
Yeah, but
I don't see many follow-ups.
Yeah, but then what? That's the thing.
And Sam doesn't have
Because as soon as that
time.
knight take on h5. Yep.
Okay, so he takes on h5.
I don't think that a sack on g3 would do anything. Would do anything.
No, because the knight is really well placed on f1.
Yeah. And white has a pretty clear way to make progress. Just push queenside pawns. Sam, it's a bit more unclear.
Look at that bishop. So I think you have to play bishop c5. Ooh.
Oh man.
I think you give up the bishop for the pawn, but this way you lose the rook for the pawn.
Now forcing the trade of pieces, or maybe not.
No, there's still g6, but it's still not good for Sam. So let's look at Morgan's game against Jeffrey. And Morgan's trying to trade off queens. He's down to his last 7 seconds, but Jeffrey's not far off behind. And maybe move like rook b5. No, he trades.
Oh, wow.
Can he make that pass pawn?
But
Should
does he
he have
have
gone
time for the passed
a4?
pawn?
Well, I think so, but for whatever reason, didn't go for it right away. But a4 is looking pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
And the king
Yeah,
can't go to c5 because then a4 should just win. Maybe
yeah,
not.
I
I don't
think
know.
that.
Hey, this is really interesting now. King takes
Could we have a?
or pawn takes? Okay, now just king f4. Yeah, black should be winning this. The e pawn promotes with check.
Oh, black is gonna queen with check.
Yeah, and now you can stop b8.
Yeah, it's a matter of technique.
You could
now.
sacrifice
or
the
you could just
queen
sack
for
the
the
queen.
pawn. Yeah, you just move the king to g4. Just don't flag. Oh,
Yeah.
he's bringing the king in. That's awkward, to say the least.
What? No, it works. This is if you go to Lee chess and
well, it works.
you just like go to like it's.
This is definitely a win if like none of the other pawns are on the board, but with the other pawns on the board, I feel like just sacking the queen for the pawn and making a new queen would have been a much simpler plan.
Well, yeah, it's more stable, but does it send a message?
Perhaps.
I don't know.
Okay, so Chopper won their game, and Morgan won his. So that's his first point.
Yeah.
But with that, MIT clinches a draw. USC will have to win out for the rest of the match to force overtime. Quinton's down to his last 5 seconds.
Ooh.
This is a completely drawn-in game. Opposite color bishops.
Yeah.
And all the pawns are on the opposite color square of the bishop, so no chance for either side to win this if played correctly. Quinton is low on the clock though, so you never know.
Yeah, I think the best part of this game right now has got to be William watching the game on chess.com with 42 guesses.
23 of them being correct.
Wow. Okay, let's watch Sam's game. Looks like we have a Dutch defense.
Okay, with the draw offer, Grandmaster clinches the win for MIT. But Quinton gets a half a point out of their top board. Quinton won a game earlier, right? Oh, Baby Tiger. Jaden is doing commentary right now, actually.
Hey, Baby Tiger. What's up?
You do hear him. Yeah, we don't have a camera for him, unfortunately.
Wait, who are you? Like, it's not every day that somebody spells my name correctly.
You don't know who Baby Tiger is?
I have no idea.
It's your #1 fan.
Thank you, Baby Tiger. I love you too, man. Thank you.
Okay. I actually don't know if I have the scores right or not. I might have messed it up.
I don't know if I have access to the USCA group chat. But if I do, no, I don't. I'll try and get you the scores as soon as possible if you think
it's
you
okay.
might
I
be...
think I just messed something. Hold on, let me try to. Oh, whoa! That's not what I wanted to do. Wow. Okay. No, I think I have it right.
What are you doing? Jaden, talk about the Dutch. It's Danielle. Oh, okay. So the Dutch defense is a thing that sometimes is played against d4. And it's a very, very strange and unorthodox way of defending the e4 square to keep white from building that one big center. And that's about all I got. So did I improve your vast knowledge of the Dutch, Danielle?
Well, this game was the Dutch defense, so it's topical. And this one's called the Hopton attack, which I have never heard of.
Yeah, wow. An immediate trade of the dark square bishop. I mean, for the knight. Very nice insight. Thank you, Danielle. Your praise means a lot to me.
Okay, so white has given up the dark square bishop for the knight, and now black has these dark square bishop fianchetto, which is a very strong defender. But there are awkward pawns on the f-file, so black is just trying to trade those off right now. threatening to actually win a pawn on e3. So white just passes. They don't want to take and undouble black's pawns, but black is insistent on trading off at least one of these double pawns.
Yeah. So now with a very closed game, I'm now almost questioning black's decision to put the bishop on h6 as opposed to something like g7.
Well, h6 helps them play f4, but after knight takes on e5 now, white has a long-term advantage of the connected pass pawn on d5. So I'm thinking like, okay, they just play f3. I was thinking bishop f3, but this is interesting as well. And maybe like bishop d3. Okay, just stopping any like b5 ideas. Not that it really was an idea.
Yeah. That looks like we might be... wow, I wonder where the pawn breaks are. It's hard to say.
I think white's just going to play a5 and just clamp down on the b pawn. That's what I would do. a5
nice
followed by knight a4. Very, very ideal.
Oh, I see.
And now... Okay, bishop d7. Again, a5 is a good idea.
That's a very positional move, just taking advantage of that b6 square. Because a knight on b6 here wouldn't be wonderful for white's position.
Knight on b6. You're also attacking c5. The problem is now after bishop d7, the bishop can take out that knight on a4 if they wanted to. They might actually need to. Who knows? So does Sam find a5? No, so
Ooh.
rook to the b file, looking for, I guess, a b4 expansion. Not that it works. What if black just plays a5?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It really closes everything down. But then how does each player make progress? Like, black may be going for a win because he is 400 rating points higher.
So here again...
Oh, I see. Yeah, just close things down on the queen side with a5, then push g5, g4. That might be a solid plan.
Bishop d3 I like as well. Just more pressure on the f5 pawn.
But does it matter?
Well, because after bishop takes... Taking on f3 now. Taking back. King to the h file. Yeah, both sides
and now king h1.
Playing for the g file. So rook's going to land on g8. The question is if white will copy that. Okay, knight into e4, rook check, king h1 for sure. And the queen is hit. And, okay, so king there, probably, okay, so queen f8. You'd probably go rook g1. Could also maybe go, like, f6 even.
Well, I mean, your rook on b1 is doing nothing. I'd say that, I mean, it's highly important to make it do something.
I don't know if it's doing nothing. Okay. It's not f6 is hit. But you could go rook g1 if bishop takes, rook takes g8. You force king takes. And then rook g1 check again. It's very peculiar. And if you wanted to save the pawn, yeah, okay. So bishop h4 check now is gnarly. That's why the king was safer on h1. Because king here, now there's that bishop h4 idea. And black missed it the move prior, but they find it now. And yeah, this king is kind of cut off in no man's land because black has the g file.
Yeah.
And white did not. Yeah, so after this check, the king has to go to e2, and then rook to g2 wins the queen. They played it immediately. So this is game over.
Yeah.
So Sam was playing a good game, actually, and unfortunately, when it got down to it, they just brought the king to the center when they needed to go to the corner. And they also could have brought the rook to g1 multiple times to contest the rook on the g file. Never did, and allowed these bishops to come in on the h file with some devastating checks, ultimately winning the queen.
Yeah, it's kind of those long-term moves that you kind of have to see a few moves ahead in order to figure out this seemingly simple little maneuver. Like after your king is checked, what's the best place to put your king? Like where is the best place to put this rook, or more accurately, where will be the best place for this rook in like 10 moves? Yeah, it's all kind of it's hard, it's difficult, especially in a blitz and when you're down 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, now f3 is falling, unless maybe like rook a3. Do you think Sam will find it in 20 seconds?
Okay, 3. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear move. But he
No,
might be going from some active play instead.
I think he just missed it.
Maybe.
Oh, now he's dropping the bishop.
Hmm.
If he takes, queen takes, and you can't stop queen e3. And also, d7 is hanging with check, and this game is over.
So is e2. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, knight has
Bishop
to go
takes.
defend that pawn, but then the bishop just takes, and then.
All right,
Oh
so
man.
Jeffrey's just on a roll, 3 for 3. Let's look at Veronica's game against the chopper. So Veronica's got a decent position. She's got the center with the pawns. 2-1-0 pawn majority in the center.
Two pawn majority in the center, and you can't really contest those pawns very well. Maybe you can see some pressure on e4, d4, like themselves, but there's not really that many easy pawn breaks for black to
Ooh,
make on the
Morgan
center
beat
that Veronica
Will.
has. Sorry, what?
Sorry, Morgan just beat Will.
Oh, let's go.
William.
I mean, oh, okay.
The nice checkmate. Oh, a nice
Oh,
rook
look at
exchange sacrifice, getting the fork, and yeah. So that was a good game
yeah.
for
I like how the
Morgan.
queen guards f6.
Mm-hmm. So now let's see, can Veronica get the win here against the chopper?
Well, she's got the center. She was threatening bishop takes h6. Never mind.
She was threatening also just rook takes f6. Probably would have been a
And
good idea.
and then what?
And then bishop takes h6. Just like sack the exchange just to get the bishop in. Like, black does not have a dark square bishop. And those weaknesses are going to be pretty big in the end if black doesn't have a g pawn.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, chopper was potentially just getting the knight out of the way so there was no accident on f6. So
Yeah.
now the knight's coming in, and we
Yeah,
might see
looks like
something on h6.
Veronica might have to put on her executioner's cap and go directly for the king with a sacrifice to h6. And
Yeah, like if you start with the bishop, knight takes with check, and you're also hitting f7 with the rooks and the knight. So you could even potentially win the queen that way. As well as e5, just opening up the queen. No, she shouldn't go for that. And now black brings the
what was
queen back
that?
to d3 is kind of funny. It would have been the best. I don't know. I think she was worried about knight e5, thinking that her pawn was pinned, and that was a
now you
fork on
got
the
a
queen
sack.
and rook. But yeah, unfortunately for her, her queen's not on d3 anymore, which is where it wants to be on that light square diagonal, attacking both the knights.
Yeah, but now that with f6 being played, those light squares are especially weak, so we might actually see some sort of like queen d1,
So
queen d3.
she sacrifices now, but it's not as good as it could have been. And she started with a knight as well, when maybe starting with the bishop was better.
Yeah, it's just not the same.
Okay, h4. Whoa, that was not the idea.
Looks like we'll see a trade, and then knight's gonna. Oh, that's even better. Ow.
I don't know why she didn't play h4 there. So she is down a piece for 3 pawns. but she has 3 pawn chains and black only has 1.
Yeah, but those
Uh,
two center pawns could get to work,
she has a lot
given.
of time, which is good. She can go rook g4 or also rook h5. She goes rook h5, and now there's d5 discover check. If queen to f6 block, there's rook h7 check, winning the queen.
Uh,
Oh, and the knight is guarding h8 just barely.
mm-hmm.
So
So maybe we'll
probably
see
rook
just.
f5, give up the e pawn, and then you bring the queen in to f6. Looks really good. But interestingly, black is like really winning here apparently,
Seriously?
according to the engine. Yeah.
What is
Oh,
like?
there's rook c1 check.
Oh, and then
Yeah,
the
that's
king is
gotta
just too
be
open.
mate. Yeah. So the queen and the rook were converging on c1, and there was nothing that Veronica could do about it, unfortunately. And now she's losing her queen.
Yep.
So yeah, she had a fantastic position, just couldn't convert. Didn't see the appropriate sacrifice at the right time.
Yeah. Let's talk about like where she went wrong exactly. I'm thinking that
Well,
this
moving
queen to
her
c3
queen.
move.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
queen moves were really weird. Allowing black to get rook to c8 with tempo, and getting her queen off this nice d3 square along the diagonal was a huge mistake for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
now she's just mated.
Yep.
Knight f4, and queen h3, or this queen, yeah, queen g2 is mating too. So Veronica had a strong start. She's still unable to find a win here, and yeah, I guess that's the final round. Although I don't think I ever saw Veronica play against Grandmaster, but also I think I'm missing another game as well. So I don't know. There's a couple of games missing, but MIT wins, and U Chicago will go on to face the top team in the Division Two, Mizzou B. So Veronica's now playing Grandmaster. So the order was a little weird, but even after this game is played, I'm still missing someone's game. So I don't know who. But
Wait. What?
it won't matter because MITB has won, and yeah, MITB will move on to play UCLA B. So actually, I should tell them.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. What game we're looking at right now? In Grandmaster versus Veronica. Grandmaster being Daniel Wang. MITB's first board. We have a almost symmetrical queen's pawn game where we have the only really asymmetricalness is going to be the fact that Grandmaster decided to fianchetto a bishop on the king side and then Veronica on the queen side. So this diagonal is going to be very, very tense for the time being. Definitely we'll see an exchange on d5. We might see exchange on d4. We're not really sure what's going to happen yet. Both sides are very flexible.
Yeah, I like how both sides have played this for sure.
So
Solid development from both sides, and really they're just kind of at a standoff with this pawn mass in the center. These 4 pawns all in tension. And yeah, black just bring the rook to the center. White fianchettoing their other bishop. So, oh, we have the second game. So this is like round 4.5. I don't know what on earth happened, but
wait, what?
they're finishing out the entirety of the match, which is good. So I don't have to hunt down any scores or anything. But yeah, I think someone somewhere must have sent the wrong challenge. Something to do with Chopper and Sam in like the second round or something. I don't know how.
Whatever. As long as it's being played now.
Yeah. So Morgan actually did the best of USC's team, getting 2 points out of 4. Quentin, though, if he beats Chopper, he will
Well,
have 2.5 out of 4, which is
can,
above
can you play those
50%.
Can you play those first two moves of Quentin's game on stream, please? Just like
Oh,
show
is
what happened.
there a bong cloud? Oh,
We have a bong cloud, ladies and gentlemen.
but Quentin did not reciprocate.
Hmm.
How do you feel about this?
I am. I don't know how to feel about that. Like on
They're
one
not
hand,
following Magnus and Hikaru's example with the bong cloud accepted.
well, I think the explanation for that would be that these players are not as good as Magnus and Hikaru, so they never realized that King E2 checkmate can only be countered by King E7 counter checkmate
Well,
or whatever bong cloud.
Chopper knows the theory, and Quentin maybe needs to brush up a little bit.
Bong cloud theory is dangerous. See, an active king means an active everything else.
That may or may not be true, but Quentin is definitely. I think it's kind of like a lose-lose, right? If you bong cloud back, it's like, okay, it's fun, it's exciting, the match is still like even or whatever. If you decline, like Quentin did, either you win and it's like, okay, you beat a bong cloud, or you lose and it's like you lost to a bong cloud, right? So
Isn't that like how it works if you're playing just a lower rated opponent in general?
yeah, but Quentin's playing a stronger player, right? So it's like there is a chance that he messes up and loses. So anyways, I would leave the bishop on e3. I would castle if I was Quentin. White cannot take on e3 because knight takes back with a fork on the king and his lady.
And yeah, I like just castling queenside of Quentin, getting the rooks to e8 and d8. I mean, whoa.
Ooh, knight sacrifice. And now
No.
I don't know. The computer likes castling long, which is kind of insane. Okay.
Do you think that Quentin's tilted?
I don't think so. I think queen b6 and also knight d5, but also maybe just like queen takes or bishop takes c3. But who knows? I don't know. I have to confess, I'm not as well versed on the bong cloud theory either. So.
And you call yourself a commentator?
Yeah. I never said I was good though.
I'm seeing that right now. I'm sorry, Joe, but this collaboration might have to end. Sorry.
All right.
Until you touch up on your bong cloud theory.
That you would feel pretty foolish if I just hung up on you right now.
I would feel very foolish. Please don't.
Queen a4 check, and now probably like c6 or I don't know.
King e7.
Yeah, the delayed bong cloud. No, king f8. Yeah, I don't know. Quentin didn't castle, so it's like now he's down a piece. He's still like better, but it's like not clear.
Yeah, his dark square bishop for the time being is very strong, but I mean,
yeah, bishop d2 is gonna come eventually. I still think queen b6 is a strong idea, but maybe not.
Yeah. Well, that's after white defends d3, right? Oh, or does it? He doesn't.
I don't know how important d3 is, though.
I mean, I'm happy to trade off that dark square bishop. Oh, but then he'll trade that one off. Okay, I don't know either. Okay, well, we have knight takes d3 on the board. And now king's probably going to go to c2. Because b1, you have problems with, like, queen b6.
c2, there's still... The knight comes back with check.
But is b1 any better? Maybe not a3. I mean, what about, like, rook a6, rook b6 or something?
Well, you don't want to allow the check, right? Because if the knight moves with check, you could still deal with your bishop. But, like, white is threatening to take the bishop now. Oh, and Niharika lost. Oh, no, Niharika won with checkmate. She got her first win against their top board.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, so her bishop got to h3, and white just completely forgot about. Yeah, knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes is a huge problem. So well done to
Oh,
Veronica. She did not end the date uh, without a win, so she gets a point. And it's nice to end on a win. Like I said, not how you start, how you finish. Taking down MIT's top board.
yeah. It makes me wonder what the idea was for Grandmaster behind sacrificing. I mean, not sacrificing, but just trading off his strong light squared bishop. Oh, wow. Never mind. Okay, Veronica's queen was totally trapped. Um, like just kind of, well, I don't know if trapped, but cemented in like the A8 and B8 squares. So it was actually a very good reason to take out the his own light squared bishop from Grandmaster, and then it looks like he just blundered in a mate in the end. So I guess going back to Quentin and 2016 Chopper's game, looks like the
Yeah, the
dark
pawn
squared
on
bishop has
c5
indeed.
is.
Yeah. Oh my god, did he do rook a6? Oh my god, I called it. I said that at one point.
I forgot. But yeah, this is a problem. c5 is hit twice. I like this queen d4 idea because you're just not only grabbing a pawn, but you're also attacking c5 a second time, and you're also attacking the knight on d3. And yeah, this king on f8's looking kind of goofy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there
And
is knight b4 check. Bishop takes,
knight.
pawn takes. But then there's queen to d8, forking on the king and the rook.
Oh, that's
So
brutal.
un
Wait, queen to
unideal.
d8. The rook on b6 is
Oh,
Oh
it's
wait, no, but
protected,
then
but you would have to block on e8 with the queen,
yeah, ouch.
and then your rook is no longer protected. So Quentin, about to lose to the Bond Cloud.
Well, you know what? Sometimes it's just not your day. But
Okay,
yeah.
so he goes. Oh, he takes the queen.
Well,
Yo,
wait, the tactics. Why we spoke too soon.
dude, chopper. Uh-oh, and if white takes the knight, there's queen to e3 check, and then pawn takes c3. Wow, chopper.
Quentin is breathing new life into this game. And
There's also just d takes c right now.
so
I
now
don't know.
Quentin's biggest opponent will be the clock.
Or himself.
Or him. I Wow, that's deep. I don't know, queen takes f3. No, that you don't want to do that.
You want to get the king out, and you want to get the rook out, really.
Yeah, gotta play f6, king f7, something along those lines. Oh, but
He's trying to win the bishop, but it'll cost him his rook if he does take it.
yeah, and then honestly, two rooks versus a
Oh
queen.
no, because the queen taking on c3 attacks the rook on a1 as well.
Oh,
So
I see.
now, okay, there's rook d2. Check. King over.
Queen f5 probably just to get time. That works too.
Now you're losing your rook though. Yeah, I mean, Quentin won the queen, which is really nice find, but down to 4 seconds, and he's going to be down 2 rooks and a bishop, and there's no good forks here.
Yeah, Quentin is sadly down in material, but I mean, maybe he'll be able to trap that rook somehow. I don't really see it though.
No, I don't think he can trap the rook, but I do think that he can gobble up some pawns. Like queen f2 check would have been a solid idea.
It's kind of ironic that even though the queen is kind of the strongest piece in chess, that I mean, it's Quentin's pawns that will really decide his fate right
Yeah,
now. Like,
this B5 idea was just way too slow for Quentin because like there were no threats to win any of those pawns, and that one move allows White's rook to get into the game and defend the H
uh-huh.
pawn. So Quentin had a chance to win both H. Well, maybe if you win the H pawn, the G pawn will definitely be much weaker. Um,
that rook move just preventing the bishop trapping idea. Just like because dang, I don't know.
I'll bring on Queen to E6 check.
Queen to E6 check. Oh
Yeah.
man, to do what?
Oh,
Oh
that's a free
no.
queen. Well, that was actually a very entertaining game. We went from Bon Cloud declined to Botez Gambit. Very theoretical in game, but Quentin unfortunately unable to convert the queen advantage there. Loses the rook on H8. So
Mm.
yeah.
And oh, in chat we have a sorry for the Bon Cloud from 2016 Chopper.
I actually don't
Sorry,
see
not
it.
Twitch chat.
Oh
Just.com
yeah, I
one.
was gonna say I see it there. But yeah, final score MIT B 11.5. They're gonna go up against a strong UCLA B team, and U Chicago B gonna go up against an even stronger Mizzou B. So yeah, that's the matches for today, and I don't know if you want to invite any of the USC players or if anyone from MIT B is listening and would like to hop on a call. Let me know. We can do a quick interview, and then I'll be on my way.
Do you want an interview? Okay. Texting the group chat now. Uh yeah, okay, cool. We got the group chat texted. We will be uh I'll be hearing from them shortly, I assume.
Cool. So
So, what do you think about the current standings of all the colleges in the league?
I'm excited for the playoffs. Like we have the bracket pretty much set. We're just missing a couple matches in Division 5, and I think next weekend's gonna be very exciting. We're gonna get to find out who's gonna play in the semifinals, and from there, it's finals, and the match for third place even is also gonna be fun to watch. And yeah, hopefully we can get an agreement with Twitch. We're still applying for front page, and potentially even getting uh like actual commentators or announcers or whatever, and make it seem professional. And gonna be looking forward to some exciting matches coming down to the wire. So yeah.
Wow, Twitch front page.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. We were able to get
Mm-hmm.
chess.com last season for the semifinal and final for Division 1, which ended up being UCLA versus Mizzou, and then Mizzou versus SLU. But this season, there's no SLU. So Mizzou will likely win, and they will be playing against either UCLA or UC Berkeley or even UT Austin, maybe even Princeton. I mean, there's a lot of teams that are going to be fighting for second and even third place. So that's really what I'm most excited for. It's really cool to have really strong teams playing in the league, and hopefully next season we can get even stronger teams, especially if we can get some competition for Mizzou. So yeah, I mean, SLU won last year and they didn't show up again this year, which is unfortunate. But I think as the league continues to grow, the top teams throughout the country will start to recognize that this is a legitimate direction that collegiate chess needs to take, and they'll hopefully be back and excited to play. So, anyways, have you heard any players that are interested or no?
I've got. I don't think that anybody's going to be interested in an interview today.
Okay.
I can get I can get you an interview from somebody from the B team. I'm here, but
Well, yeah,
I
you're
think that's the
here.
best I can do.
Yeah, just really quick. I think USC A and B both lost today, which marks the end of their season. So, do you guys have any final words on your behalf of like how the season went for you and anything else you'd like to add?
Wow, final words for the whole season. Well, we were absolutely ecstatic to be able to. Oh, I just got a note from Sam. Dang. Um, we were absolutely ecstatic to be able to participate in CCL, and I mean, we love this tournament. It's super cool that we can just kind of go online, play people from everywhere. Uh, it's just been a total blast. We've had our ups and downs in our play, but we've always had fun. And from everyone here at USC, I will tell everyone to fight on. Like, even if the other person's rating is higher, or like even if you're not the favorite to win, always fight on. Always keep finding those epic tactics. Maybe don't always go for the bomb cloud, but uh, just kind of get on the chessboard, fight on, show everyone who's boss, have fun doing it, and we'll see you all next season.
Awesome. So, thank you for the closing. Mario and Veronica in the chat. I don't know if I've ever seen Veronica in the chat before, but she also concludes with fight on. So USC might have lost both their matches today, but their spirit goes on, and they will be back again next year, hopefully stronger. And yeah, looking forward to it. So thank you so much for the co-commentary, the insights, and all that. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. And good luck on your own personal streaming endeavors. I know USC is planning on launching their own channel, and maybe you'll stream on your own personal channel or whatever. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, and good luck next year.
Thank you so much, Joe. Yeah, I have the Trojan Chess channel set up to stream chess, believe it or not. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it yet. Like the idea was to stream USCA's match today, and then uh, I kind of just didn't. So I think that the plan for it is really just to maybe stream an arena, or if we end up doing a friendly match against another college, I'll stream that. Maybe I'll do our weekly arena. Really not sure, but I'm looking forward to where it's going.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And if you ever need help with anything streaming related or whatever, or setting up matches or arenas, just let me know, and we can help somehow, some way, try to promote it or whatever. So, anyways,